Who needs takeout? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Tara, and whether you love to cook or you just love to watch videos about cooking, this is the channel for you. Today, I have a very special treat for you guys. We are making a super easy and delicious pork and rice dish, and we are gonna be using the Instant Pot. The pork and the rice will cook at the same time, so this really could not get any simpler. This recipe comes together so quickly, it's faster than if you order takeout and so incredibly delicious. If you don't have an Instant Pot, you can still make this recipe, and I will leave complete instructions in the description box below. Before we get started, if you have not already, I would love to have you a part of this community. You do that by hitting the red subscribe button below, and be sure to hit the bell icon. That way you're notified each time I post a new video. Okay guys, let's hop right into the video. Let's start with our ingredients. We have some basil, parsley, salt, and pepper. A complete list of measurements will be in the description box below for all of the ingredients. We have white basmati rice. You can substitute a different type of white rice, but you do have to use white rice. Brown rice will take too long to cook. Some garlic, some onion, and I'm using some butter in this recipe. I highly recommend that. If you don't want to use butter, you can sub in some olive oil. Fresh lemons, vegetable broth, and of course our pork. Now it's time to start chopping. So I'm gonna cut half of this onion and set it aside for another recipe. And then the onion I'm using, I'm just gonna cut it up enough to fit in my Vitamix cups. If you've seen my videos before, you know I like to puree my onion. So I'm gonna stick it inside of my Vitamix cup. And of course I'm drinking some dry red wine. Just like that, it's pureed. Now I'm gonna take about half of this garlic bulb. If you wanna use more or less, feel free. I absolutely love garlic, so I tend to go heavy on it. And I do like a little bit of the minced up garlic on my pork, so I'm not throwing this in to puree it. And now I'm gonna zest my lemons. I highly recommend using organic lemons, especially when you're gonna be zesting. This recipe is very, very heavy on lemon also. I love the flavor of lemon. If you want to use less lemon, you could get away with just one lemon in this recipe. Now I'm grabbing my meat tenderizer, and using the ribbed side, I am just kind of banging into the pork just to tenderize it just a little bit. Now I'm setting my Instant Pot to saute on high. It doesn't really matter how long you set it for because we're not going to keep it on that long. And now I am sticking my butter right inside of there. I'm letting it brown just a little bit, and then I'm putting both of the pork pieces inside. And I'm just looking to brown both sides. I'm not looking to cook the pork here. We just want to seal in some flavor. I also didn't season it yet. You can pre-season it if you want, but I thought this was absolutely perfect. And it's so easy. So now I've taken the pork out, and into the same Instant Pot, I did not clean anything out. I'm putting the pureed onion, the garlic, that is a lot of garlic, and I'm just stirring it all up. And I like to toast my dry spices, so I'm gonna add the dry spices in now. Toasting your spices like this is one of the best ways to get the most flavor out of the dish. That's just perfect. So now I'm also adding in the lemon zest. And then I'm gonna add the vegetable broth as well as the lemon juice and stir everything together. When you're cooking with pressure, you have to make sure that you have enough liquid inside of there in order for it to pressurize correctly. And I'm just sticking both of the pork chops back inside of the Instant Pot. And I'm kind of turning them inside of the sauce so both sides are coated really well with that delicious sauce. Next, I'm gonna grab the rack that I'm gonna use in order to put the rice bowl on top of it. If you don't have one of these, I'll leave a link below to where you can find a couple to check out. Now I'm taking the basmati rice and I'm soaking it in some water. You wanna make sure that you rinse the rice really, really well. And it's 1 part rice to 1 part water. So now I'm adding some fresh filtered water on top of the rice, stirring it up, and I'm placing this bowl. It's a heat-proof glass bowl inside, and it fits perfectly inside of my Instant Pot. Make sure your silicone ring is on. and then go ahead and place the lid on. Mine automatically seals. If yours doesn't, make sure it's set to seal, and we're gonna set it to pressure cook for 5 minutes. That's right, just 5 minutes. Make sure that your Instant Pot is set to high pressure. And then we're just gonna go ahead and start it. I'm gonna do a natural pressure release for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna use a towel just to help with the steam. And then I'm gonna release the steam and make sure the pin drops all the way down. That's when you know it's good to open. So let's see what we've got. Ah, look at this. Look at this. This rice is absolutely perfect. 5 minutes, look at this. I love a meal that comes together so quickly and easily, especially with just one pot that you have to worry about. Be careful taking the glass bowl out. Obviously, it's very hot. Now I have this super duper handy gadget to get this tray out. Now we're gonna work on the sauce. So I'm taking the pork out. We're gonna just let it rest. It only needs to rest for just a few minutes. And while that's resting, we're gonna thicken this sauce up just a little bit. So I'm setting it back to saute. So next we're gonna make the cornstarch slurry. So it's equal parts cornstarch to filtered water. Combine it in a bowl separately. That way you don't get any clumps inside of your sauce. And just pour it right in. And then we're gonna use, I'm using a spoon at first, but I'm gonna switch to a whisk because it's a lot easier. And you really just wanna whisk it up maybe for about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. The heat will help to thicken that cornstarch mixture. And we're looking for something just about like this. We don't need it to be too thick, but that looks just perfect. So now we're gonna plate it up. Look at this. Oh my goodness, this pork looks absolutely delicious with this easy basmati rice that we cooked in the same pot. I've transferred my sauce to a mason jar, and now I'm gonna just spoon some right on top of the pork. Oh my goodness. You could do this right on top of the rice as well. I didn't want to put the sauce on top of my rice, but you could. And if you'd prefer, you could do baby potatoes instead of the rice in the Instant Pot if they were small enough at the same time, and then make some smashed potatoes with this gravy right on top. I'm topping it with some delicious fresh parsley, and I have got to taste this now. Oh my goodness. Look at how incredibly juicy this looks, cooked in only 5 minutes. My mouth is watering looking at this. So juicy. Cooked to perfection. The rice cooked perfectly. You guys have got to try this. What did you think of today's video? Drop me a comment below and let me know a recipe that you'd really love for me to share. If you liked today's video and you want to see more like it, be sure to hit that like button and share this video with your friends, your family, your coworkers, or anyone else that you know that is interested in healthy but delicious cooking. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.